Well, obviously going into to Toronto and an opportunity to face last year's Eastern Division champions, a good test for our team, and we're going to certainly know where we stack up after Friday night.
And Matt, your thoughts on what you've seen of your Blazers team so far? As we talked about on an earlier call, you kind of jumped in with the team, just a week or two before the season began, but looks like things are certainly going well in the early going.
Result-wise, we're off to a good start with the 2 wins, but we have a lot of things that we can work on all areas of the floor. But all in all, it's been a good start for us. We don't feel like we're firing on all cylinders, and like I mentioned, we have areas to address. But this is very much going to be a work in progress, and we hope to get better each and every time together.
Okay. Thanks, Matt. Let's check in on the Rock side of things. Terry, your thoughts on this matchup as the Blazers come in here Friday?
Just another stepping stone in where we want to get as well. We're coming off, a very difficult game in Rochester last weekend, and Boston, as everybody knows, is a good club, and we're excited to play them. That's, they've got the the big 3 going as everybody reverts to the Mavs, and let's get them in here. Let's get this thing going.
And Terry, when you look across and you see Matt Sawyer, a guy who you kind of worked alongside here for the past few seasons, your thoughts on coaching against Matt, who's who finally got the head coaching job here in the league.
Well, I mean, it's we congratulated Matt on his move. It's an opportunity that a lot of people look forward to, and in a lot of cases don't have a chance to be a head coach in the NLL. So, Matt's worked for it, and it's a great opportunity for him. And I think Boston is the type of team that he certainly fits well in with their personnel, but. As far as coaching against him, that's more of him matching wits with Troy than it is with me. But it's no different than anyone else being on the Boston bench. It's another game for us that we hope to execute our game plan. And again, we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, Terry, this is Bob Chavez with ILindoor.com.
Hey, Bob.
Hi, Terry. Looking back to last week in goal for you guys, Bob Watson, kind of a vintage performance for him there. Do you say anything with him about that? Obviously, or is he just veteran enough to know that that's what the team needs out of him every week? Obviously it was pretty solid. So
I hope we don't have to keep Bob as busy as he was last Saturday. That wasn't our intention to give up that many shots, but it's always been a security blanket for us when Bob's in net, and as long as we just feel confident with him. And all we ask of Bob is to stop the ones he's supposed to, and defensively we got to take some of the high percentage shots away. And he's just doing what he does, and again, it's a comfort level with us and him. And sometimes again, so many people put too much pressure on the goaltending in this league, and there's a lot of things happen before that ball gets to our goaltender. But Whipper's Whipper, and he'll go down as one of the best that's ever played this game.
Hey Matt, this is Marissa and Jemmy from SB Nation. How important has Anthony Cosmo been to the Blades getting off to those slow starts the last 2 games?
Well, obviously, in the sport of lacrosse, your goaltending position is very, very important, and assisted by our defense. But when we've been struggling, and maybe when we've been a little slow to get going on the offensive side of things, we know, much like Terry mentioned with Bob Watson in Toronto, we feel like we have a security blanket behind us as well. And when we do break down and have some lapses or go through some dry spells on offense as far as scoring, we feel Anthony's the type of guy that can hold us in the game and until we do find our game. So he's been very important to our 2-0 start.
Question for Terry Sanderson, Andy McNamara, Toronto Rock NL Network. With Matt being with the team so close to the start of the season, is there going to be any adjustment strategy-wise since coming into almost the start of the year, he did have knowledge, I guess, of the overall team strategy.
Oh, well, no, we're not changing anything. We you know, when Matt was with us, we have a recipe of what we feel we need to have and do to be successful in this league. And no other coach in this league knows the Rock better than what maybe Matt does as far as an opponent goes. But it's up to Boston to find a way to stop that. He knows what we're going to bring, and we have no reason to change because we think it's a good thing, and it's more about execution on our part than what Matt and the Blazers are going to try and do to us.
Yeah, Matt Sawyer, Bob Chavez at ILindoor.com. Kind of along the same exact lines of the last question there, kind of reverse the issue there. Knowing the Rock system so well, does that give you an advantage as far as preparation? And then part B of that, do you have the tools on defense to get it done?
I guess that remains to be seen as far as does it give us an advantage. You can have all the schemes and you can have all the game planning and preparations you want, but reality, it comes down to the players on the floor and players executing. I realized the story of me returning home and the way I left so close to the season, but really this is about the two teams. It's about Boston Blazers and the Toronto Rock, and it's about the players on the floor. It remains to be seen if that'll be an advantage to us as far as do we have the tools on the defensive end to get it done. Yes, we are confident in our personnel, and we like the team we have. So we're ready to, we're looking forward to this game, and we'll see what transpires.
I'd like to, much to the chagrin of Matt, ask one more question about his new position there. This is Dave Randorf from TSN. And Matt, I would just like to know what you learned in your time in the Rock system that you've taken forward with you that you will stress as a coach in Boston.
Commitment and accountability. Right off the hop, everybody needs to be committed and everybody needs to be held accountable. That's one thing that I've always believed in my my coaching career, and it is one thing that was definitely reinforced with my time the past 2 years with Toronto, but also the years that I've spent with Terry Sanderson, John Lovell, and the last 2 years getting to know Troy accordingly. So commitment and accountability are the first two things that you have to have, and going from there, if you have that base, you'll be strong.